Okay everybody, just want to go over a minute and show you the new control box. This is going to be replacing the control box on every other Chronos that we put together. Mainly because this saves a lot of time in doing it. It doesn't take me 8 or 7 or 8 hours to put one of these together anymore. So that was the big driving factor behind this. Also, this is available in 3 different levels, so if you want to do a lot of this stuff yourself, you still can, and this might just make things a little bit easier for you. So as you can see, it's got the same styling. It's a puzzle box. It all just kind of fits together. You have the output trigger, the input, you have the DB9 connector, then you have the USB, and you have the 12-volt power in. Now the USB is used because there is an Arduino in this. This is, like I said, this is available on different kind of levels of a kit. So for simplicity's sake, we just made them standard with an Arduino inside them. It's all open source. All the code is on sourceforge.net, and I'll be uploading different variants of Chronos, ones that work with degrees rather than inches and stuff, so you can use it for different types of axis and different types of controls. Also, you can go in and edit this. You don't need any experience in editing code to edit the Chronos 2.0. I've made it painfully simple, so all you have to do is just go in, read through the different things that you can do, and you'll know exactly what you can and can't do. So let's get to it. Let me just pop off the top and show you something. So there's the CHRONOCONTROLLER. Kyle put this big box together and did a really good job with it, I think. As usual, you have everything from the brightness control to high speed position, the delay mode, so you can do lead-ins and such. The interval selection, so you choose how much time you want between each shot. And anytime you go up, you see that light up down here? Bing, that means there's 5 hours between shots. Probably hear my dog jingling around right now. All up to 24 hours, you know. And they're not going to try to go through everything, but here's a little bulb control, so you can add bulb control to it. The number of shots you want to take, all the way up to 9,999, all the way down to 30. And as you go up, the resolution drops. And as you go lower, the resolution's higher towards the areas you'll most likely be using. Right now I have this set up for a different type of control, and don't have it set up for a rail, so it's using degrees, so anywhere from 0 to 360. Here's the ramping factor. Of course, as you know, you have like the symmetrical version, and you have asymmetrical ramping. And with the symmetrical ramp, if you drop it all the way down, it gets you into live control mode, so you can do live axis control. And that's not like real-time control, that's live control as you're doing the time-lapse itself. So it's not like you're just moving the camera really quickly there. You're actually adjusting it as the routine goes. So there's not really a routine, you're just kind of making it up, and it works really cool. Here's like the repeat modes, anywhere from off to repeat up to 10 times, or just rewind to start. You have the different, in here you have the reverse modes, with how many times you want it to reverse, all the way down to drift, with drift 3, 2, 1, the different type of drift modes. Also, you know, I didn't go over it really quick, just so you know, you do have HDR3, HDR5 for HDR shooting. You have a slap, which will basically just nudge the camera and wake it up in case it falls asleep if you're shooting with Canon. And of course your go, synchronization, go, and continuous modes. So really quick, in order to set this up, this is pretty simple to do. You use, well, with this cable I need to use this adapter to take it to a 3.5 millimeter cable. Plug it into the output, make sure the camera's on, and then if I want to go, just hit go. Oh, hold on, I accidentally turned on the HDR mode when I was messing around with it, so let me reset it. Take a second. These new displays don't show all zeros when it resets, it just goes dark for a few seconds while it does it. Okay, so that's that. Of course, if you want to slave this off something else and you have something like this handy, all you got to do is turn it on, go from the output of your intervalometer into the input, and then you just move this over to ESCO. And then you pick a direction that you want it to move, and then you just start this and watch. Oh, it was just test firing. Here. Okay, now it's actually running. So every time this goes, it'll trigger right through. No problem, right? Moving along, let's say you wanted to actually control something. Here is a lens motor. Some of you may have seen these before. It's pretty cool. I tested it the other day, and in order to control it, I used one of these. So what I did was I just put a DB9 connector on there, and it shows right here how it labels out. A coil is these two right here. B coil is these two. Then you have the outer limit switch and inner limit switch if you want to wire something like this up. So let me just go ahead and put this on. I'm not going to tighten it up or anything. Okay, we'll just go ahead and put this over, and I'll just show you that it'll move it. Right? So, take this back over to ESCO. And this is how simple it is to get it to work with a ramper. You know what? I need to up the degrees a bit. It's not going enough that you're going to see it right off the bat, so let me... Okay, there we go. So I don't know if you can really see this move or not. See? That way, so I mean, this will connect any, this will control any kind of a stepper motor, up to 2 amps, 12 volts per phase, and there is, you can't see it on this one really because I have it plugged in, but the stepper driver is a commonly found stepper driver chip. You can get them from Pololu, you can get them from Step Stick, various places, but it hangs on the bottom in a way that you can just pop it right off and replace it. So if you blow the motor, you're in good shape. You can just go ahead and replace that. So that's really about it. All the code for these is hosted on sourceforge.net. You can go on there and get download the code for it. If you want one of these, I mean, you can just let me know, and you can buy one of these, the controller board itself, which comes with everything you see here. And right now, we're not really selling them as kits with components. It's just because I want to sell the shields made, because that way I know that if you get it and it's made, it works. You know that I just want to test it before you get it. So you'll get one of these pre-made for the lowest price, which was just 150 bucks for the shield, and that includes all the controls and everything. All you have to do is plug it on an Arduino. All the inputs and outputs are mounted onto the shield, and inside, in case you don't want to use this DB9 connector, there are these. Okay, now these are actually hanging down on there. They're on the wrong side on this one. This is just one of the ones I put together for testing purposes. So that has a row of screw terminals on the bottom, and when we're sending these out, we will add a little knockout section in here that you can just pop that out in case you want to just wire the motor directly up to this rather than having to deal with this connector. But I will send you a connector. So anyway, in a nutshell, that's pretty much everything there is for it. It's kind of a puzzle box. It just kind of snaps together around it. There's no need for glue or anything. You have access to the buttons, the controls, and I really don't know what else to say on it except for it works like a charm. I'm really proud of them. 150 bucks for just the board, 180 for a board plus an Arduino. I'll go ahead and code it, and I'll make any adjustments that you want to have on that code for free, and then 250 for a complete controller, including the shell. So far we got quite a few of these out, and people really seem to enjoy them. There's a write-up that this one guy's going to be doing on this, which I'm really excited about. I'm looking forward to seeing what his perspective is on all of this. And if you have any questions, you can get a hold of me at projectchronos@gmail or projectchronoshelp@gmail.com. Go on Facebook and find my Facebook page. You'll see updates, new information about this stuff, different things that we're trying and doing. And this is going to be really cool if you get a couple of these. And that's really the point. One of these per axis. This doesn't do multiple axis, but when people see several of these things doing live ramping at the same time on multiple axis, they're going to get it. They're going to see what I'm doing with this and why I'm going for the way that I'm doing this. So thanks a lot for watching.